So this is my green Goku, red Aggro deck. It's using the Super Saiyan God Son Goku, the double strike one. On his front side, he has double strike already, and he awakens. We have 4 or less energy. Draw 2 cards, flip them over. On his awakened side, he still has double strike, and he has the auto when this card attacks, draw a card. Nice, simple, nothing too complex. And of course, he's a splashable leader. So obviously, double strike, powerful effect to have, especially on a leader, because right off the bat, you already have something that can deal 2 damage every turn. You only need 4 attacks, successful attacks from the leader, to win the game. So of course you support it, so build the deck to support the fact that your leader can dish out 2 damage every time it attacks. So moving on to the main deck. So of course we're going with red aggro. Simple, you're trying to get that early game damage, since you can already start attacking with your leader. You want to add to it. So then we got Saiyan Cobb, of course. To take a life, add it to your hand. He gets 10k power and double strike, so it'd be 15k double strike. So him and the leader can deal 4 damage in a single turn. So in 2 turns, you can do 8 damage if all the attacks are successful, and in 2 turns you can win, right? So that's awesome. We have evolution, premonition frost. Active main, 2 energies of any color. Add up to 7 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 frost with evolve as a keyword among them, and evolve that card on top of this one, then shuffle your deck. The only target for that effect is Terror Assault Frost. As you can see, he has evolved. He's a 15k double strike, keeping on with that double strike theme. Auto, when this card attacks a battle card, KO that card after the battle, period. Then if your opponent's leader card has 10,000 or less power, inflict 1 damage to your opponent. So if your opponent's leader is not awakened, they'll take a damage because their leader will be 10k. But also we have to go with that, in case your opponent's leader is awakened, you can use Planet M2, attack one of his battle cards with Soft Frost, and then use this by resting it and targeting your opponent's leader and putting your opponent's awakened leader down to 10,000, and then Frost's ability will trigger to deal your opponent 1 damage. So it's a way you can slowly burn your opponent by also controlling the field, by keeping his field low, by knocking out his battle cards. That means he has to put another one, right? He has to use energy and play another battle card, use energy and play another battle card. So that's always useful. Another thing to note is, how negates don't prevent auto abilities. So you can declare an attack on one of your opponent's battle cards. Your opponent can try to negate that attack to save their battle card, but you'll still be able to use your ability, because the attack doesn't have, because even though they negated your attack, your ability still triggers and you still declared an attack. It's weird, but that's how they want to do the game. You think negating an attack would negate the effect, because since quote unquote the attack was negated, that means quote unquote the attack never really happened. There quote unquote should have no ability, but that's not how they ruled it, and they're letting things have abilities regardless if you negate their attacks. So of course you'll still blow up whatever you attacked, and you don't even need to blow up something in order to get the second part of the ability, which is if your opponent's battle leader is 10,000 or less, burn them for 1 damage. Moving on, and of course Terror Assault Frost has double strike, so obviously Then we had Hidden Power Oob, 20k double strike for 3 energy, so that's pretty good. You know, low cost double strike, so not much to say there. Then we have Bodyguard Legic, of course. You have no battle cards your opponent does, you can play this without paying its energy cost, and it's a blocker, so it's a 15k. So you can obviously, like, if your opponent goes first, then you go second, you play your charge your energy. Let's say he has a battle card because he played a 1-drop in his turn. You can play this for free. The 1 energy you have, you can use it to play. Obviously, you could play a Saiyan Kaba if you have it, or you use it for Further Destruction Champa to give Bodyguard Legic double strikes. So that way your leader and Bodyguard Legic both have double strikes, so you can go in and try to get that 4 damage in there as soon as possible. Of course, Further Instruction Champa will give 10k to Legic, or to whatever you use this on, because you're paying 1 energy to give 10k boost, plus you get double strike because you combo with it. And that's all you're really going to use Further Destruction Champa for, is this combo effect. Chain Attack Trunks. Permanent ability, this card can attack battle cards that are in active mode. That's useful. Auto, when you play this card, choose up to 1 battle card from your hand with power 1,000 or less and play it. And then obviously there's a couple of targets for that ability. You know, you could play Terror Soft Frost off that effect. You know, you could play his 1-drop form, Kaba, of course. You could play Bodyguard Legic. Let's say you special summon a Bodyguard Legic, right? Then you pay 4 energy to summon Chain Attack Trunks, and then summon another one from your hand. You know, as an example. It's good to get as many bodies on board as soon as possible and get them to put in some work. Now, of course, everything from Champa up is early game. You know, it's the first, like, first 1, 2, 3 turns, right? First turn, second turn, third turn. Then you get into mid range, which is 4 or 5. Late game will be 6 and up. So obviously we got Chain Attack Trunks for that, and then we got Ghost Attack Super Saiyan 3, Gotenks double strike. If you have 4 or less cards in your hand, you know, this card gets double strike, as well as all your tokens. Auto, when you play this card, get 3 tokens, ghost tokens, and they have 15k power. So that's very useful. You know, you just got a simple 1 card, you know, double strike win condition right there. So this 1 card does pretty much what the deck tries to do early game. This can do it late game, especially if you try to do stuff early game. Your opponent just so happens to have the negates and it can combo out and all this stuff, and puts in blockers and, you know, all this work to slow you down, and then they exhausted resources and stuff like that, and they figured that they made you lose resources because, you know, the back and forth, and then boom, just 1 card can bring you right back into the game. And it's like, huh, you thought I was out, but here we go, 1 card. I'm able to build a board that can finish you off in one turn. So of course this deck has OTK potential, of course. Then we have Quick Blade Trunks. This helps you get another body on board, as well as it combos well, obviously, with the Dark Plot. Because Dark Plot will let you grab any level 4 or lower cost battle card from your warp and play it onto your battlefield. Its extra effect is if you brought a battle card with Overwhelm, choose up to 3 of your energies and switch them to active mode. The only real target for that effect would be Quick Blade Trunks, but you're not going to waste time doing it. More likely, once you summon Quick Blade Trunks with his Overwhelm ability, whatever you're whatever you're doing Overwhelm to will more likely be, you know, something like a Terror Soft Frost, especially if you use Terror Soft Frost for his 10k combo. Then you might want to bring him back, because, you know, you can bring back Kaba, especially if he's been defeated. If you use Bodyguard Legic to block, you can use this to bring him back, so you can use him to block again. Of course, a good target would be Chain Attack Trunks, because he'll give you the ability to summon something else from your hand, so you get 2 you get 2 battle cards onto the field instead of 1. Off of this effect, you use this chain attack trunks from your hand, summon something, so you get 2 cards. So the obviousness, especially if what you bring out is like, let's say a hidden power oob, right there you got, you know, you'll deal 2 damage with oob and 1 damage with a chain attack trunks, unless you have 1 energy left for a destructive chomp, and then you can deal 4 damage. That's not even including the fact that you still have the double strike leader, which already can do 2 damage alone. And then I already explained those. Planet M2, his active battle effect, I already mentioned that you can use it on your opponent's leader, which is what you're going to more commonly use it, because it's almost like it's like a free 5k boost, you know what I mean? By reducing your opponent's leader by 5k, that's like essentially adding 5k combo to your attack, so this will simplify things. And it's only for that particular attack, so because I know it's for the duration of the battle, not battle phase or anything like that, for the battle. So once you attack, you trigger this, and then for that particular battle, for that particular moment when you triggered it, that's when you'll get the 5k reduction, and you know, do what you gotta do. Because your opponent, by doing this every turn, your opponent's going to have to, in order to combo out, they're going to have to use up more of their hands, so it gives you a little bit of a hand control. Plus you're trying to get damage in there, so this helps definitely get that damage in there without using up too much of your hand resources from your hand. Then of course, Battle's Assistant, negate an attack, then you may switch up to one of your battle cards to active mode. This is useful for switching something into battle mode. Obviously a good combo with this would be Bodyguard Electric, because you can attack with him, then use Vitals to negate an attack, and then untap him since he's a blocker and use him to block. But not just that, you can obviously, by untapping one of your battle cards, you essentially protect your battle card from being attacked and KO'd by something. So you can, you know, use this to save your Kaba so he can stay on the field, you know, because you use them, you attack with them, and then you use this to untap them, you know, so that way you don't have to worry about your opponent keep attacking with multiple battle cards trying to take out your Kaba or whatever is important. So this is a really good card for not only saving yourself, but also saving your battle cards. And saving your battle cards, hey, resources, especially double attackers. There's double strikers, you want to save your oob because you want him to keep attacking point for 20k to his leader, and he's going to have to negate or combo to survive. And then of course we got to Mass Saiyan, the Mysterious Warrior, overwhelm 5, pay 1 energy in order to overwhelm him. Double strike, so goes with the theme of course. Auto, when you play this card using overwhelm, choose any number of your opponent's battle cards without blocker, for which the total cost adds up to 5 or less, and send them to the warp. So this helps you clear a board, which is very useful. And the fact that it costs 1 energy plus 5 or more cards in your drop area in order to cast it makes it easy to use early game, especially if your opponent has a combo and gets stuff out early. You can use this obviously to clear the board to make them lose out their advantage and give you a fighting chance to make a comeback. And that's the end of the video.